Hey guys, how's it going? Now this video I'm going to be giving you guys my honest review of the Contract DLC a little over than a month after the DLC released. Now the reason I'm waiting over a month to make this video is because when the DLC first come out, people tend to only talk about the good stuff of the DLC because it's fresh and hot new. But now that it's been a month, we can finally go into the DLC and talk about all the good things and all the bad things too. So anyway, let's just get right into it. So for starters, the Contract DLC introduced us to the brand new property called the Agency. In my opinion, the pricing for the Agency was kinda fair. Rockstar didn't really overprice the Agency. The Agency only costs about $2 million if you're buying it for the cheapest one. So I think Rockstar actually did a good job with the pricing. The only thing is some of the drip feed cars that were added in this DLC were way too overpriced, like the Shinobi and the Obey I-Wagon. And I think it was actually very cool how they put Franklin and Lamar back in the GTA Online again. Lamar had already been in GTA Online, but this time Franklin is coming into Online for the very first time. I think it was actually a cool thing to put Franklin here. Dr. Dre's storyline in this DLC is also very good too, like the one with his lost cell phone and all of that, because it was actually very fun to do too, especially that mission towards the beginning with the golf carts, where you have to take the golf carts and then basically slam into the other golf carts to actually intimidate them. I think that was actually a very creative mission. The payouts that you get from these contract missions are also very good too, especially if it's 2 times money in RP week for them, which I believe it was a couple weeks ago. I love how in this DLC they made more contracts, because we had a few contracts, like a few storyline with the auto shops back with the Los Santos Tuners DLC. I like how they made more contract missions for this DLC too. However, if there's one thing that I have to be critical of this entire DLC, is that the Agency property itself looks almost exactly like The Office. I don't like how they did that. They made us pay another $2 million at least for another property that looks almost exactly like The Office. Like, the only difference is in The Office you don't have a wall save. I think that's pretty much the only difference with this and The Office. And of course the missions you can launch from the properties. So in my opinion, I think Rockstar should have been a little more creative with the interior of the Agency property. Another thing I liked from this DLC is the payphone hits. Now with the payphone hits, you have to do a mission before you are able to unlock the payphone hits. But in my opinion, the payphone hits are actually very good, especially if it's on 2 times money in RP, which it actually was last week. So the payphone hits are actually very good, and I think Rockstar did a good job with it. So long story short, the Contract DLC was, in my opinion, actually a very good DLC. Rockstar did a very good job with it, and besides that one thing that I criticized about it, everything else was spot on. It was actually very good. It's a very good storyline, it was very fun to do, and the payouts are not really that bad. And not to mention that they added lots of great new features to GTA Online as well. So anyway, that's going to be pretty much everything for this video on my review of the Contract DLC update in GTA Online. And make sure to let me know in the comments what your review is on this DLC in general. And anyway, that's going to be pretty much everything for this video today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.